Welcome to the Golf Spotlight. I'm Ralph Irvin, and today we're going to look at the latest in metal woods from the folks at Adams Golf, and I'm here with engineering manager for Metal Woods, Alex Berger. Alex, thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me.
The new XTD driver that you're holding is a lot of new technology that Adams has never used before.
That's correct. The first thing I'd like to emphasize is use of progressive face thickness in addition to cut-through velocity slot technology. The problem, same thing on the driver that happens on every other club in your bag, is that the CT starts going down as you stray away from the center of the face. So that's where progressive face thickness, which aims to now thin out the face in areas that it doesn't really need the same amount of strength, which typically happens around the perimeter, because that's where the face is joined to other areas of the club head. So it's thinner around the perimeter, thicker in center, in addition to decoupling the body from the face via these cut-through slots. So if you take out these TPU badges in there, basically what you could see right into the cavity. So what that's telling you is that this body is actually not attached via any metal to the actual face, except for around the perimeter here. But the through slots really help that face contract in and give us really hot CTs around the perimeter. So that whole face is really deflecting uniformly, which is what we're after as designers.
And then this technology continues down into the fairway metal lines as you have the XTD fairway metals.
Same thing with the velocity slot technology as you kind of alluded to. Cut through slot on the sole and the crown. Fairway wood's smaller face size, right? So the first thing you're going to talk about is that the CT is going to be much more difficult to control. Center face, we're still able to get a pretty high CT. This is actually a titanium product. Titanium is a lot more elastic than stainless steel. So one of the reasons why you don't see titanium on fairway woods is it's pretty expensive, right? But this is for those golfers who can pay a little extra money and they really want that extra distance. So titanium coupled with these velocity slots will help get CT maxed at center, which on a fairway wood is really unheard of in the golf industry, and also increasing the CT still around the perimeter. We still have a lot of work to do, but we're getting pretty high values around the perimeter where most golfers are going to tend to miss the most, right?
Well, and when you talk about the fairway metals, I mean, let's be honest. When people talk about Adams and fairway woods, they talk about Tight Lies. Tight Lies is not dead. In fact, you've reimagined it in new technology with the same concepts.
Yep. I mean, as you notice, if you've played the Tight Lies before, or if you've seen it in images, the new Tight Lies looks very similar. I mean, that's one of the things we wanted to stay true to was the shape, because Tight Lies really at its core is a shaping technology. A couple cool features. The first thing is the upside down face. This is a patented technology at Adams. One of the reasons I feel like our fairway woods, and specifically the hybrids, because we utilize it a lot in hybrids, are the most dominant hybrids on the market, and especially on tour. The upside down face means that the face actually progressively gets bigger as you get towards the bottom of the face. And specifically on hybrids and fairway woods, players tend to sweep across them. It's harder for them to hit down on it, right? And the problem with that is they're going to start interacting with a low part of the face. The bottom part of the face is connected to the sole, which is much thicker, which means you're going to get lower CT values there. In addition to, if you hit it low on the face, vertical gear effect would say that backspin's going to increase. So you're going to hit these low launching, high spin shots that really aren't going to have a lot of ball speed to begin with. So from an upside down face standpoint, we're getting more a hittable area on the bottom part of the face. The next thing is that tri-sole, right? So this is what cuts through the turf. This is what allows that ball to get up in the air quickly. It's really reducing the turf interaction. And that's been a staple of the Tight Lies from the get-go, and something we have, of course, no-brainer to throw into the new one today. And then velocity slot technology, as we've talked about before, when you have a small face height, Tight Lies is definitely a low profile. It's one of the lowest profile fairway woods on the market, if not the lowest. You need the use of other technologies in order to increase the CT. So cut through, same thing. TPU badges, they cover up the cut through portion, helping decouple the face from the rest of the body, allowing that club head to store more energy, which it can then impart to the golf ball during impact. So a lot of cool technology with the Tight Lies.
Well, Alex, if people want to know more about any of these clubs or everything available from Adams, where can they do that?
AdamsGolf.com. That's the easiest place to find all the great information and talk about the products that we love and we hope you'll love as well.
All right, Alex, again, thanks for joining me.
Great. Thank you very much for having me.
I want to thank Alex Berger for joining us here on the Golf Spotlight. Join us next time as we continue to give you the information that you need for your next golf purchase.